Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I can't figure out this sun situation. I'm really trying with you, but this is just what we're gonna have to deal with. Hi, how are you? I missed you. Let me get this Windex out the way. So unprofessional. Okay, so I'm on my streak. Okay, this is day number 2 of posting. So today's February 3rd. Girl, I'm gonna post this February 3rd. And the goal is to not have to edit anything, so we're being raw, honest. I'm not cutting pieces of myself out for you guys anymore. You can see what I'm like, full honesty, okay? Full, just no cuts, no edits. There's lots of stuttering, and that's okay. Okay, so let's get into it. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, because I'm sure you clicked, because 1, you're either nosy, or 2, you're nosy. And I would be probably one of the two, because, so if you have followed me for like, I don't know, a while, you would know that like I had a best friend, and she was on my social media. She was even in like a YouTube video or 2 on my channel. I didn't take it down, I don't think, so it should still be up there. We moved in together, okay? So this, I just want to get into the story of why my friendship ended with my best friend of like 15 years. Probably longer. Why it ended, because we moved in together. So if you are watching this and you're thinking of moving in with your best friend, probably just don't for now. Probably just don't. Because like you guys, if you knew us, you knew how solid we were. Like I was her, she was me, but we were very different at the same time. But like, you know, like we said the same thing, had the same thoughts, texted all day. Like we were like siblings. And plus we had like grown up together, so I've like known her for a really long time. We grew up together, and then we didn't talk for a couple of years because I moved away, and we were like kids, right? So, but then we started talking again in high school. But anyway, that's a good point. We're like rambling. So this is a story of what happened. So I want to say it was 2020. Is that the year? I think that's the year COVID started. So 2020. We had moved in together in, I think it was like April. It was either April or May. So it was like probably April. It doesn't matter. The dates do not matter. Why am I doing this? Okay, so we moved in together and things were great, whatever, yada, yada, yada. She went to work. I worked from home because of the pandemic. We moved in there and we were both single. So we were like, obviously like on the same page, you know, like if she wanted to have people over, that was fine. And if I wanted to have people over, that was fine. There was no like rules or anything discussed. So yeah, anyway, so things are going good. Fast forward to like September, I start talking to this guy. And I know if you're thinking like not a guy coming between like this crazy, like strong friendship, girl, you'd think too, huh? And it's not even, the story's not even going where you think it's gonna go. I'm gonna try and like make this fast. I'm already 3 minutes in, so. Okay, so I started talking to this guy who was my current boyfriend, and he started coming over often, whatever. He had a job that, okay, you know what? Never mind, let's skip that part. I'm not gonna edit for you guys because we're being honest and raw, but I'll just say he had a job that, didn't like, we had kind of similar jobs where we weren't tied down to like a location at once, you know, not similar jobs at all, but in that sense. Anyway, so I started talking to this guy, and she had a couple guys over, whatever, you know, nothing too crazy, you know, she would have people over, and I didn't mind because it was a 2-bedroom, and like the living room was here, and then my room, and then her room. So we were on complete opposite sides of the apartment. And so my boyfriend would come over. He wasn't my boyfriend at the time, we were just hanging out, but he would come over and hang out with me. She was a nurse, or is a nurse, she didn't die, right? So that's not how that story's ending, sorry. She was a nurse, so she would go to work at like 7 a.m. to like 8. She would get home at like 8:30, 8, right? And she would leave at work like 6-ish. So she was pretty much gone all day. So the guy I was talking to would come over like at nighttime and hang out with me, and then he started coming over at nighttime like every day, whatever. We didn't like hang out in the living room or like really cook dinner, like maybe once or twice, but yeah. So he came over often, but she was never there, right? So I didn't think it was a problem, and I was always in my room, so like to me it was like, What's the difference if I'm in here by myself or if I'm in here alone? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So basically, she starts acting weird. And I'm like, let's fast forward to like October-ish, right? We're officially dating, me and this guy. And things like, it's like November, beginning November. And she's kind of being weird. I'm like trying to hang out with her and like asking if she wants to hang out. And she's kind of like dodging me every time. And I told my boyfriend, I'm like, yeah, she's been kind of acting weird. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to text her and ask if everything's okay. Because she had been dealing with some other stuff and whatever. But, so I text her, I'm like, hey, is everything okay? And she's like, honestly, I feel like this is becoming, I really wish I had the text. I would like read them to you, but I don't. Should I try to find them? I'm going to try to find them. Let's see. See something and get yourself really mad again. That's what I just did. Okay, so I went through the screenshots and basically she had texted me and she's like, yeah, I honestly just feel like this is like becoming more your place and his place, even though like literally we didn't decorate. Like I was in my room the whole time and she had people over often, so I didn't think it was a problem, if that makes sense. Like at least, you know, never mind. But anyway, she had people over all the time, so I didn't think it was an issue because I never cared, you know, like have whoever you want in your room. It doesn't matter to me. Girl, you pay your rent, whatever. So she says that, all that, and she's like, I think I'm gonna move out, blah, 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 find my own place. And for me, I started instantly thinking, well, what the fuck is going on? I didn't know you were upset. What are you upset about? When were you gonna tell me if I didn't ask you what was wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when were you gonna be like, oh, hey, can I tell? You could have pulled me aside and be like, hey, I feel like he's here too much, even though when he was there, it was like nighttime and we weren't loud. Like we literally weren't like, I don't know. I don't get it. I just didn't understand the problem, I guess. I was just very confused by like what happened. And like, if there was a problem, you could have came to me and talked to me. Like I had barely known this guy. I wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have been like, oh, like, thanks for talking to me about it. And then she's like, so then the next thing I know, she's like, oh, I'm moving next week. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? No, we were on a month-to-month lease, so it was like not a big deal. But she like it was like toward the end of, it was probably like the 20th-ish that she was moving out. And so she had to pay for the next month because like that's not enough notice. But she moved out. She like was so cold to me after that. We literally never spoke in person again after those text messages. She ignored me. I asked her to leave the parking sticker and her spare key because now my boyfriend had to move in because I couldn't pay rent by myself. So now he had to like officially move in. And so I was like gonna give him the parking sticker and him the spare key because, you know, who else? And he was gonna live there. And so I asked her like, hey, can you just like leave that on the counter for me when you move out, you know, thanks. And so she leaves. You guys are not gonna believe this. So she leaves after she moved out and she said she was gonna leave the couch. She took the couch, like, okay, take the couch then, it's fine. But I asked her if she was taking any furniture or if she was leaving any furniture. And she's like, oh, I'll leave the couch. And then like, I literally go out there after she's all moved out and the couch is gone. I'm like, okay, you could have said something, but again, not a big deal. So, then I asked her, I'm like, hey, have you seen my laptop? Because it was in the living room because she hired 2 movers. Have you seen my laptop? It was in the living room on the coffee table. Now you're thinking, Raven, why would you leave that there? I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't know she had movers, whatever. I didn't think about it. You know, people in my house, I figured they'd be watched. So yeah, they stole my laptop basically. So she moved out, she took the couch, she took everything that, you know, and it was fine. Like most of it was hers, take it, not a big deal. And my laptop got stolen and then she never texted me ever again. She never was like, hey, sorry about that. So like my mom had to go like handle the whole laptop situation with her dad basically and like find the company. It was like a whole deal. And it was just like, she never once was like, hey, sorry about that. Or like there was like, literally never talked to her again. And it's so weird to me because like you're thinking there would be like this big explosion and yelling and arguing and like big back and forth. But like I'm telling you is literally like, this is what she just like bounced and like never talked to me again. So my laptop was stolen. I cried. I was so annoyed. I literally was poor, had no money to really even pay for rent that month. And I had told her that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to ask him to help because like, I don't think I'm going to be able to cover all of it on my own. Obviously, I'd never like missed rent. I never missed rent when I lived there, right? But that's why I was kind of annoyed because she like immediately moved out like literally a week after that. And I'm like, I just told you I can barely pay rent. And it's not like he was like leaving dishes in the sink. Like literally nothing was done. We only door dashed pretty much. So I just don't understand what the problem was. So yeah, that I feel like I'm missing something else. It was just really awkward when she moved out, you guys. Like, it was so bad. Like, her mom came and was packing, and her grandma and her brother, and it was like the whole family affair. I don't know if her brother was there, actually. But it was like a whole family affair, and I feel like everyone was like so like mad at me, and I didn't know why. Because like I said, she had different people. At least I knew who, like, she had different... I'm gonna have to edit this. Okay, I'm cutting, we can't be completely raw and honest because I don't want to sound like an asshole. That's the only reason. So I had to like catch myself. But you know, like she had different people over often, so I didn't think it was a problem that I had him over because I knew him. Like we went to middle school together and she had strangers over. So like whatever. That's a story, guys. I know it's probably not as juicy as you wanted because it's kind of like, I'm still confused to this day because I thought we were like best friends. Like we were like sisters, you know what I'm saying? And then she just kind of fucking left me and never said a word. So yeah, she literally like, because we had each other's location and right when she like pulled out the parking lot from moving, she like stopped sharing it with me. It was so weird. And it was just very odd. Like I had texted her about my laptop and she never replied. She had like only her sister replied to me. It was so odd. Anyway, that's the moral of the story. I hope you like this video. I have more stories for you guys about life in general if you want to hear them. Overall, it was just a super disappointing situation because I literally, like, if I had done something, you could have running out of space, so I gotta make this quick. Basically, I just wanted, like, she could have talked to me. And if I wanted to, you can't, like, guess what someone's gonna do. If I acted like a bitch, then you should have moved a different way, right? But, like, you didn't even give me the opportunity. You didn't even give me the opportunity to act like a bitch or not, right? Like, you didn't even give me the chance to be like, fuck you, he can be here whenever. Like, you don't know how I would have reacted, but clearly you assume the worst of me because you assume the worst reaction. But, again, there's no hard feelings on my side. I just am like, you know, that's over there. That's the past. There's no need to dwell on it. But, yeah, I know a lot of people always ask me, like, what happened? And I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I would put screenshots up, but I feel like that's like an invasion of privacy. But you guys, she was mean to me for no reason. I told her, I'm like, you're making everything like hella extra for no reason. But okay. She didn't respond. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be back tomorrow, I promise. I hope I like came across, because I don't want to talk bad about her at the end of the day. Like, I don't want to say anything negative about her. I just think the whole situation went south fast and it just kind of threw me off. But you know what? Peace and blessings to her. That's all you can really do at the end of the day. I'm not going to sit here and talk negative about someone. I just wanted to give you guys the story, the facts, the straight honesty. Now, of course, there's obviously there's a different story from her because I'm clearly missing a piece for her to be so upset for no reason and like completely stop talking to me. Like she didn't just move out and say like we can be friends still, like, and she never said we're not friends anymore. She just like literally never talked to me again, and I think that's kind of cowardly. But you can't force people to like you. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow, and I love you.